Hello and welcome back to the show, Jess. I can call you Jess, yes?
Absolutely.
Yes. Jessica Williams, and you go by Jess also, which is a fun way to call you. Welcome back to the show. It's such a pleasure to have you.
Well, thanks for having me. It's an honor and a blessing to be here. I'm so excited and I missed you.
I know, I've missed you too. My gosh, we're connected on Instagram and whenever there's a collaborative possibility, we try to ask each other to help out and continue. I will continue that. Absolutely. It's such a pleasure to be able to not only have you on the show, but be connected to you and be able to help each other out.
Yeah.
Support. It's good
Same
stuff.
here.
All
Same
right,
here.
let's get to
Yes.
know you a little bit more, Jess. What's the
Okay.
current show you're watching?
Right now, you guys are going to laugh at me because I don't have any time to watch anything. So, you want to know what I'm watching right now? Right now, the only thing that I can watch consistently is YouTube. So, I've been watching Pastor Kevin's teachings on YouTube. 'Cause that's the only thing my kids let me watch. Other than that, it's some kind of kid show. So, the new Ninja Turtles and
Okay.
all the fun little things with the kids I'm watching. So I try to watch Pastor Kevin's teachings
Okay.
when I get a chance.
I'm not familiar with Pastor Kevin. Tell me a
Yes.
little bit about Pastor Kevin, his team.
Yes, Pastor Kevin L.A. Ewing. He's a pastor, he's a minister. He's from the Bahamas and he teaches on the Bible. And I like that he does these long studies to break it down where you can understand, but also not just take it in, but go out and actually apply it. Now, I actually am a minister, but it's good to have those, like those little reminders or maybe those nuggets that I may have missed that I can go back and research and pull up. So that's what I've been growing in my faith in that area of my life.
Well, and that's beautiful because I think you really
Yes.
hit on something when you said we need to be reminded. I am a huge advocate of reminders because, we have to hear things again and again, and then, timing and what's going on in
Yes.
your life and what you need to hear. And I think it's so good that we never want to stop hearing, listening, applying, growing, processing all the good ing words.
Yes.
Okay, tell me of
Absolutely.
your crush. Who was your crush growing up?
This is hilarious. So look, okay, my little self. I had two. So it depends on what part of my life you knew
Okay,
me.
let's hear them.
Okay. So when I was really little, I had the biggest crush on Heavy D. But ultimately, I remember, y'all, don't laugh at me, 1996. Okay. I was in the sixth grade and I saw Genuine. Baby, let me tell you, I was like, this is the finest thing since sliced bread. And so I crushed on Genuine for years, okay? Years. Like I've met
Oh,
him in all of the things. I've talked to him
wow.
on the phone, I've met him in person. It was a big deal.
Wow.
Yes, get that
Wow.
lustful spirit up and out of me, Lord. Okay, when I was up and out of me, but I crushed on Genuine. Yes, yes,
Oh, well, how wonderful. And you ended up getting to meet and all of that.
yes.
That doesn't happen very often.
It does not. It does not. And let
Oh.
me tell you, honey, I had a good time. Okay. So it was fun. I was a kid. I really had a crush. It was just me. It was like I was such a dork. So he's standing here and I'm here and I'm like, I couldn't say nothing. I fainted, girl. It was so embarrassing. But nevertheless,
That's so cute.
yes, it was an innocent crush.
Yes,
But
of
that was
course.
that
Yeah.
was
And
if you
that's
ask
what,
anybody that knows me, they'll tell you.
yeah. And that's why that's a fun question, just to kind of
Mhm.
hear when you were younger, somebody that you fancied.
Yes.
That's very fun. What is the thing you're most afraid of? And this could be like a little more on the irrational side
Yes.
or not. Up to you.
Right. No, it's a few things I'm mostly afraid of, but I'll tell you this. This is okay. So I moved down south with my family in 2019. And this is something that literally just happened earlier this year. So when I was a kid, we would go fishing a lot. And so I was scared to touch the fish, but I was never scared to put the hook, the worm on a hook. I was never scared of that.
Oh
But I
my
was scared of the
gosh.
actual fish, right? And one day, my youngest baby, she was like, Mom, that's a snake. I said, Oh, no, it's just a worm. So I picked it up and that thing swirled his body and jumped at me. And I said, Oh, what kind of worm is this in South Carolina? I didn't have my glasses on. And so I tried to pick it up again and that thing leaped really far. And I'm like, what kind of this? I've never had a worm do this. And I'm like, I'm just trying to help you out. And I took a picture of it to see what kind of worm this was, only to find out that it was a cottonmouth baby snake. I almost died. So living in
Oh,
the South, I am most afraid of snakes, if you can't
oh,
tell. I thought I was dead. Okay, because the
oh,
babies carried the most venom. That was it. I thought I needed to go to the hospital after that. Extra,
oh,
extra. But I am terrified of
oh my
snakes.
gosh. And you thought it was a worm.
I
That's,
thought it was a worm. If I send you the picture, you would laugh so loud.
oh my
You
gosh.
can look, you can look at the outline. You can see the shadow. It's a whole snake. Okay. If you look closely, you can see the prints, the designs in the body.
Yeah.
Definitely not a worm. So I'm not touching the worm anymore either.
No, oh my goodness. Well, I kind of share the snake thing with you. They're just the way they move, and I don't know. I can never keep the like which ones are poisonous, which ones aren't
Yeah.
straight in my head. They've got
That
the
thing is
red or
poisonous.
the black, or I don't want to memorize it. Just keep them away from
If
me.
it's a snake, it's poisonous. I don't want no nothing to do with it. All of them.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. All
Yeah.
right, what's a random fact most people wouldn't know about you?
A random fact. What did I don't know what I shared last time. Well, here's a fun fact I just found out today. I had my hair parted in the middle. It was so pretty. And then I looked in the mirror. I was like, is this dandruff? No. All of this is gray. All of it. So I have to fix my
Oh.
hair before I got on camera. Oh my God. I did not know I had that much gray hair. So that's a
Oh,
fun fact.
oh, that is a fun fact because it comes, it just comes.
Yes.
They're just there's you don't not a lot of options. I mean, yeah, you can color, you can do the things, but it comes when it
Where
comes.
did it come from? I thought I in my guys don't judge me, but I thought people didn't get gray hair until they were in their 50s. I'm not even 40 yet. And I was shocked to see all of this gray. I know people get gray early, but honey, it was there. It was gray, and the gray was gray, and I had to cover it.
Oh my goodness. Well, I
I had to
just
cover
spoke
it.
with somebody yesterday who said that their 12-year-old daughter, because she's a redhead, I guess
Mhm.
you're more apt to go gray sooner, but she already had two or three gray hairs as a 12-year-old.
Wow, you know what? My two middle daughters were both born with gray strands in the back of their hair.
Really?
Um, I thought that was so pretty and so cool. But when mommy goes and look in the mirror and sees all the gray, I said, "Well, hold on there, buddy. You don't need to
Yeah,
pop up
that's
your
it's not
strands
as cool then. It's not as cool then. That's so
out."
funny.
Right?
Oh my
So yeah, that's
goodness.
one fun fact. This Jessica has a head in the middle of her head, just gray, just all gray. No
What-
middle parts for a while.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay. So what advice would you give your 10-year-old self?
Let's get shaking things up here now. 10-year-old Jessica is my daughter's age right now.
Yeah.
She's 10, she'll be 11 this weekend. And so I think 10-year-old Jessica needs to know that it's okay to be a kid. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay to be a kid. And don't let anybody take it away from you. Don't let anybody make
Mhm.
you grow up faster than what you need to. It's truly okay to just be a kid. And so think that's what I would tell 10-year-old Jessica because she was stressed out.
Right. And
Yeah.
don't you find that when I look back at that age too, there's such a deep desire to be older. And then when you finally
Mhm.
get there, you're like, oh my gosh, why was I in such a hurry? I mean,
Right.
so many responsibilities and all sorts of
Mhm.
things that you don't really think about when you're younger. And yet, yeah, I think that
Yeah.
that is really good
Okay.
advice. Yeah, really good
Yeah.
advice. That's good.
Mhm.
Very good.
Thank you.
All right, now it's time to take our deep dive. We're in the Superpower Series because we've
All
got
right.
Deadpool and Wolverine and all kinds of superpower stuff going on here. So, what, who is your favorite superhero and why?
That's a good question. I was talking to my children about this earlier, and honestly, I feel like I like a lot of them because I can relate to a lot of them.
Good, I love it.
But right, of course, I love Wonder Woman, but I like deep down, really, really like I love the Black Panther, and I have a secret thing in my heart for Iron Man.
Okay, okay, there it is.
Yes, Iron Man
Okay.
says things that I want to say that I can't say.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yes,
Yes. Okay.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
Okay. That is really good. And he was so good in that. He's such a good actor that's a good match for him.
yeah, yes. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Robert Downey
absolutely.
Jr. Really good.
Yes, I thought that he played that to a T. He can't play nothing else. I hear he's coming back in a different role, but I can't unsee him as Iron Man.
Oh,
So
yes,
I
exactly.
can't unsee you. So
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
I
And
love
he's
him.
gonna play a villain, right? Isn't that what I read?
Yeah,
He's
I
gonna,
believe so.
yeah.
That's what they said, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not ready for
Uh,
that. I love Iron Man.
no, no, no,
I
no.
just I feel like with that aspect, it's just that little part of me that's like, I really want to be this sarcastic in real life and this nonchalant. Like, I want to just go around like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be
Right,
like that, but I can't because my heart won't let me. So that's what brings
right.
me back to the Black Panther. And then as a woman, hello, I'm going to love Wonder Woman because I
That's
can.
right. That's right. You've got the trifecta there of
Right?
superheroes.
Come
It's
on.
it's good. It's good.
Yes.
Okay, now if you could have a superhero superpower, what would it be? What would you like to be able to do?
So here's the thing. When I was a kid, I used to always have dreams. And in my dreams, I would feel like the only way for me to get away was to fly.
Oh,
So I would literally be in my sleep and say, you know what? You can fly, Jessica. And I would just fly away. So I think if I can have the ability of
ah,
flight, I can go anywhere I want it. I thought about, in the, like going invisible or something like that. But at the end of the day, I feel like if I can't fly, it's not worth it. You got to have both. So
yes.
I need to be able to fly. Okay. However, which way. This is Sydney. She's
Hi,
our
Sydney.
special
Thank you for
guest.
joining us. I think you
Say
popped in the
hi.
last time I talked to
I
you, Mom,
think
on the
so.
camera. Yeah, how fun. So yes, and
Yes.
I'm with you there, Jess. I chose flying also as my
See, oh
superpower.
wow. Yes.
It just seems like you'd be able to get places quickly.
Get
Plus, it
place.
seems like it'd be
Yeah.
fun. Seems like it'd be
Right.
fun. Yes. Oh my gosh,
We
that's so
should go on a
great.
roller coaster
Oh,
and
yeah.
see how we feel after this conversation.
Yeah. And what was I just going to say? Yeah, and we had one other guest who said flying, and it does just seem, and I love that as a kid, in your
Yes.
dreams, this was how you
Yes.
you could get away.
Yeah.
All I have to do is fly to get out of that.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
that is really incredible. I
Mhm.
really just so thrilled to hear that as a kid. That was like a coping mechanism, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Oh
Absolutely.
gosh. Okay,
Yes.
so now we're in real life,
Okay.
mortal human superpower. What's your superpower, Jessica?
That I don't know. I feel like I asked my kids, what do they think about me? How do they see me? I asked them all these questions, and my son goes, "Oh, you have a great superpower of caring for people. Like
Oh,
you care a lot about people. You take care of people." And then my other daughter said, you have a superpower of listening because you can hear everything I'm doing, even when I'm upstairs. So I believe, to be honest, I feel like I really don't know. I'll probably say this. I'll say this. As much as I try not to be a type A person at all, like I'm trying to, like, God deliver me from this. I love planning, right? I love planning for events. I love planning for parties. I love to write. I carry around notebooks all the time. I can organize any kind of event you want. I just don't feel like organizing my house and everything else in my life. So, and when I do, I'm like super focused on we're going to reorganize this and I'm going to go nonstop. There's no breaks. So I want to say maybe not organizing, but planning. How about that?
Planning,
Planning.
okay, planning. And it also sounds like you're
Yes.
persistent. So you,
Yes.
you persist until the thing
Yes.
is finished and completed. Okay,
Yes.
planning. That's
Yes.
a good superpower. Yes,
Yeah.
and you enjoy it. You
I
enjoy
do love it. I
enjoy
do
planning
love
the
it.
parties and all of that.
Yes.
How so you know you have that superpower because you enjoy doing that and you look for ways to do that, to use that.
Yes, and on the budget, okay? I can throw a nice party together real quick on the budget. So people know, like, I'll say, oh, like my daughter's party is this weekend. Very last minute. Just sent the invites out today. Definitely not like me. I'm usually months in advance, sending out reminders. Okay, got the extra things going. And this time I'm like, I'm just gonna go with the flow. And so my friend goes, I'm sure you're going to make it more than go with the flow. You're going to try to come up with some kind of balloon, something extra to, I'm like, no, I'm not, as I'm at the store picking out balloons. So
Oh, that
nevertheless,
is
yes,
so
it's
funny. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Well, you're going to put your own stamp on it, and
yes,
that is as it should be. Whatever that might look like, people are going to enjoy it, and your daughter's going to have a great time turning 11, right? She's
yes.
turning 11.
Yeah, she's turning
Wow.
11. Yeah.
So, how do you think other people can find their superpower? How do you, I mean, well, do you think everybody has a superpower?
Mom, what do I
I
have?
think everybody is really good at something.
What do you have?
And so I believe the way I used to do it years ago, I remember I used to send a text out to people and say, hey, what do you think I'm really good at? You know, trying to figure out this whole thing in life. Because I'm good at a lot of things. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
I'm good at a lot of things. Um, but I want to know what other people think about me. And across the
Mm-hmm.
board, it was always planning some kind of party, cooking something. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm all they it was like across the board. But when I actually sat down and wrote it out and thought about what is a pattern in my life, and it was always between teaching and planning. I'm always teaching and I'm
Ah,
always planning. So it's hand in hand. You kind of look at a pattern in your life, even in different aspects. And when you like really evaluate things that you're always drawn to, things that's always like, I just can't help myself. Like I just love to do it.
right,
Something that just comes easy that is not a struggle. And so it's a
right,
lot of things like that, but those two are the main foundations in which everything
right.
else kind of
That's
comes.
such a good point. That is a really, really good point. And I want to tell you what I think your superpower is. This is fun because I really, we don't know each other that well. We're connected. We've helped each other out and collaborations, all of that. I think what I see your superpower is faith. You have a really strong faith. You wrote a book about survival, but it also included your faith. You show up on Instagram, it's about your faith. I mean, it's no matter what facet of your life you're talking about, it's your faith. And I think that for me, I see that in you as one of your superpowers.
Oh, thank you. You know what's funny? When me and my husband were dating, I tell him that I have big faith, but he has the knowledge of the word. And when we come together, we
Hmm.
can be really great. Like if you teach me how to really memorize and stay steadfast on my word, I'll teach you how to believe everything that this word book says. And so it's funny that you would say that, because let me tell you, my faith is so big. Sometimes people look at me like, girl, that's crazy. And then sometimes it just happens. Like God just, and my will is aligned with God's will. And this happens. So it's funny that
Right.
you would say that. It's funny.
Well, and I think, like you
Yes.
said, you reached out to different people that you knew and said, hey, how do you see
Yes.
me? What do you see are my
Yes.
strengths or what have you? And
Yes.
again, I just really, just that came to me like it's her
Yeah.
faith, no matter what
Yes.
she's about, that's the foundation.
Yes. That's
And your
good. That's
smile, as
good.
I said that, is just, you've got this big smile and you're sparkling and you're radiant and you're all that good stuff.
Thank you. So are you.
Yes.
Come on, somebody.
Yeah, that's right.
You're
That's
not getting off easy either.
right. Is there anything you feel like we didn't get to talk about that you want to talk about?
No, I feel like so far this is going really good. Because it's fun, sometimes you need that little icebreaker, fun things to kind of, hey, let's get some stuff, that's not too serious, not too extra, not too heavy, the whole time. So I feel like this is pretty good for me. I love this series that you're doing. I find this to be really amazing. And it allows people to really look at themselves, really look at themselves. Like, how
Right.
do you see yourself? But, it's one thing, how do other people see you? But how do you see yourself? And
Yes.
so
Yes.
sometimes you realize some people just don't know you. Uh,
Well, there's that. And then I
right?
really think that sometimes we don't know ourselves because
So, and we
maybe
don't.
maybe
Yes.
we haven't taken the time to kind of get to know ourselves and not in
Yes.
a really healthy, good way. Like just recently
Right.
I asked two different people, hey, do you want to come on the show? I'd love to have a conversation with you. And both of them said, I'm not that interesting. And I thought, no,
What?
no. We're all
No.
God's gift, right? Each one of us has
Yes.
this life to experience, and He's poured into us different gifts and all of that to be shared. And so, I am so drawn to hearing the stories of everyday, I don't even like that word everyday people, but extraordinary everyday
Yes.
people. Because celebrities, famous people, that's one thing. But then
Right.
getting to hear from you
Yes.
and getting to hear from all these other people I get to talk to, it's just such a joy, such a huge
Yes.
joy.
I love that. And that's what, even here with me, what's it about, highlighting, like you said, everyday warrior women,
Yes.
I love it. And so I believe that this is just a phenomenal. And, they say, that comparison, is just a trick of the enemy. And so when you don't think that your life is that important or, that interesting, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we have to take
Yeah.
a pause and realize, well, who are we
Yes.
comparing our lives to?
Right.
We all
Exactly.
have something that can be shared, that can be beneficial, that
Yes.
can help, someone else.
That's right.
So
That's right.
that's
That's
kind of
right.
where I'm at. Yes,
No,
and I'm excited.
yeah, I am with you all the way on that. And that's one of the joys of for me getting to do this is to have these conversations and to recognize every person has a story. Every person has chapters within their story. Every person
Yes,
has choices they get to make about whether they, want to just kind of settle or whether they want to keep taking the better path and be more of who God created them to be and not less.
absolutely. That's good. I love it. Listen, keep doing what you're doing. I
Thank
love what you're doing.
you.
And
Thank you.
let's say something about you. Okay. You have an amazing way with words to be able to break down things and dive deep, as you say. Okay. And so I believe also that you have an amazing superpower with your pen and your keyboard. Okay. I just want you to
Oh.
know that.
Oh,
Okay.
that's so sweet.
Yes,
Thank you
I
so
love it.
much. That's
Yes.
so lovely. I really appreciate it. Sydney, do you have anything you want to say to us today before Mom and I sign
Sydney,
off? Anything you
do
want to
you
say?
have anything you want to say? What do you want to say?
What do you want to say?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Okay.
Hey, if mommy was a superhero, what would she be?
Um, Superman.
Superwoman? Oh,
Superwoman. Oh, we like,
and
well, you know what? Mommy
Sydney.
already is Superwoman, keeping up with that schedule. And Jess, I
Right.
love all the stuff you're doing with warrior women and
Thank you.
really working to empower women and increase their faith. And thank you for all that you're doing. Really appreciate you. And bye, Sydney. Thanks
Thank
for popping
you.
on the show. That was so
Say
fun.
bye.
And Jess, your episode's coming out on Tuesday. So cool.
Yes. Oh, I'm excited. Can't
All
wait.
right. Take
Yes.
care.
Bye. Thanks
Bye.
for
Bye,
having
Sydney.
me.
Bye,
Say
Sydney.
bye.
What's her
Say
name?
bye. Say
Bye.
bye.
What's her name, Mom?
Say
My
what's her
name's
name?
Rochelle.
Miss
Your name is
Miss
Sydney. Mine's
Rechelle. Say hi,
Rochelle.
Miss Rechelle.
Oh, that just made my day. Oh, thank you so much, Sydney. God bless. See you guys
Say
later.
God bless you. Bye.
Bye.